Are you ready to create Report 6949? We're jumping right in this time, assuming that you know how to open this report from within GDP and also that you can read the preliminary instructions on your own, and you will find my modified instructions posted in Blackboard so that you can also have them available to you as you're typing, as you see here. I do encourage you to look at the name at the top of the document to be sure that you are in the right place and working on the right report, Report-69-49-Docx. That format .docx is the Microsoft Word 2007 format. I have Show Hide on so that you can see the formatting marked as I type the demonstration for you. First step is to press Enter 5 times to leave a 2-inch top margin on page 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to center and type the article title in all caps, bold, and eventually 14 points. I use Control E to center. Notice my insertion point jumps to the center of the screen. I'm going to Control B to turn on bold, and I'm going to press the caps lock key. Then I will type Member Buying Services. Move on to step 3, which says to press Enter 2 times. Then we're going to center, which is still in effect, and type the byline in upper and lowercase, leaving bold on and in 12 points. So I turn off the caps lock key and I type Brenda T. Mizweski. Then I'm going to move to step 4 and press Enter 2 times and change to left alignment. I'm going to do that by using Control L. Notice my insertion point is back on the left. Now before I move on to step 5, I'm going to go back to my title. In order to select the title to change the font size, I'm going to move my cursor over to the left where the white arrow is pointing toward the typing on the page. I click once and select that line. Then I'm going to use my quick access toolbar here to change the font size to 14 for the title. Then I click back on the last line that I moved to left alignment and move to step 5. To turn hyphenation on, you can review lesson 67 in the word processing manual, but we're going to move to the page layout tab, the page setup group, the hyphenation command, and choose automatic. Moving on to step 6, we're going to format the document for a 2-column layout. In order to do that, we're going to click Page Layout. We're already there for hyphenation, but this time we're clicking Columns. And don't just stop at the option of 2, but go on down to where it says More Columns. Select that option. On this screen, you can select 2. It is very important. We're going to change the application of the columns, not to the whole document, but to this point forward. That's going to leave our title centered on the page and automatically insert a section break. Click OK. Alright, notice our insertion point. We're at step 7. We're going to change to justified alignment. Now on the Home tab, our alignment is in the paragraph grouping right here. Justified alignment is this command, or, as you'll notice, Control J. Now we're going to proceed to type the article single-spaced, inserting one blank line before and after all side headings, and also between paragraphs. I'm going to insert the text in each section so that I can comment on how it's constructed. So after the first paragraph, hit Enter twice, and then we'll be typing a side heading of auto pricing. These are in all caps, so I press my caps lock key, and in bold, Control B, turning off bold by pressing Control B, and hit Enter twice to insert that one blank line before and after all side headings. Now I'm going to paste all of the paragraphs in this section, and notice it is wrapped into the second column. I need one more blank line here before this next side heading, so I'm going to press Enter one more time, turn on bold, and type car rental discount. Turn off bold, turn off caps lock, and press Enter 2 times. That inserts one blank line. This section is very short with one paragraph. We're ready for the next side heading. caps lock key, Control B for bold, and I type road and travel services and enter twice. Turn off caps lock, turn off bold, pasting the two paragraphs in this section. Side heading is merchandise buying, caps lock, bold, enter twice. In this final paragraph, I'm going to call attention to how to type a dash. Up to the dash in this paragraph, we type normally, and then I type the acronym AICA, and to type a dash, we use two hyphens with no space before or after, then the following word is and. Notice when I hit base after and, Word converts those two hyphens into a long dash or an M dash. Now it's very important to type this correctly. If you do not, GDP will count it wrong, and then it's very difficult to correct it so that GDP will score it as correct. But you can correct it by taking out both words before and after the dash and typing it correctly until you see that Word has converted your two hyphens into the M dash. Now to finish that paragraph, we have gone on to the second page. I'm going to skip to step 11 and show you how to balance the columns. This is covered in your word processing manual lesson 69. What we're going to do is click next to the last word in the document and then click Page Layout, Breaks, and Continuous. The number of lines you have showing in your document may vary from this, but the point is to make them balance on the second page. Now I'm going to turn off Show Hide so that we get a final sense of how our article should look. And then we're going to step 10, create the header to print on all pages except page 1 to identify the author's name and page number at the top right of every page. Now you can do this from any point. I find it usually works better when you don't want it to show on page 1 if you insert it on page 2. So I have my insertion point on page 2, and then I go to the Insert tab, Header in the Header and Footer group, and I choose blank. At this point, I tab twice to move to the right margin. Then I type the author's last name, Ms. Wesky, space one time. Insert a page number, but this step is very important at the current position, and the first option, plain number. In the header and footer tools, check the box in front of different first page. Okay, at this point, scroll up to be sure that your page number is not showing on page 1. Return to GDP, then score and review, edit your document until you have 0 errors.